in this video, I'm going to show you how I design washi tape, and I'm doing two different washis in this video. The first one is using a seamless pattern for the basis. So the first thing I'm doing is figuring out which part of the pattern I want to feature in the washi tape. And once I have the part that I want to print, I need to figure out the foiling. And what I'm doing for this one is I'm doing an image trace, and I'm going to use parts of the image to actually be the foil. So I did the image trace, and then here I'm deleting some parts that I know I want to show through. I want the pumpkins to be printed. So I'm deleting things and sort of figuring out what direction I want to go in with this. I ultimately decided just to have the dots be foiled and to leave everything else to be printed. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm deleting all of the other elements from the image trace, going through and deleting those and just leaving the dots that will be foiled. And you can see I'm playing with the layers here. What I'm doing here is I also want to make sure that on the print layer, the dots aren't going to print light, so that if the foil is slightly misaligned, it's not going to show up. So I'm just fixing the print layer there to make those dots match the background, and then I have the foil is the white, and that's in a separate layer in Illustrator. So once I have the 15 millimeter washi done, now I'm doing the 6 millimeter washi. So I've picked another pattern that I'm going to use, and again I started off using image trace. I'm not sure why I ended up using these ovals to mark that off instead of just using the image trace. I'm sure I had a good reason, but I did. I used some shapes and then made a clipping mask. Then I wanted to use some of the stars from the other artwork, so I'm doing an image trace again and then pulling those star elements out and putting those in as the foil. So again, the black is what will be foiled, and then I'm just repeating it down across the rest of the washi. So I'm just checking everything, making sure that everything's in the right layer, and then I'm moving on to this other one. So the other washi tape I am doing with clip art, so the process is a little bit different, and you're going to see this one I totally changed my mind on how I wanted to do it. So first I was pulling in a few elements and trying to figure out, do I want pumpkins, do I want trucks, how do I want to do the washi tape? So I'm just kind of playing around with it. I really like these pumpkins, so I thought that they might look nice. Here I'm putting in a colored background and then playing around with what color I like the best. And then I was thinking about what kind of foiled elements I would want to have. So I've got a lot of different SVGs that I use for washi tape and other things. So I was pulling some out and trying to play around with them and think about what might look best. Ultimately, I wasn't super happy with what I had there. Here I'm trying to do an image trace and seeing what kind of foiling I could pull out of that. So I decided to look for some new SVGs to use. So I got some fall leaves and thought maybe those would look nice to pull in. So I purchased those on Etsy and then pulled in the fall leaves. So I was kind of playing around there, but still wasn't super happy with how it was looking. And I've also done some floral pumpkin washis before, so I thought maybe I'd take it in a different direction. So I went back to these pumpkin trucks and tried pulling those in again and thought that that would be a cute washi tape to just have a row of these. I thought about alternating with the pumpkin and decided not to. So then again, I was figuring out what kind of foiling did I want to have. So I'm playing again with the leaves. And at the end, I decided to just do a simple line of gold foil on the top and the bottom. So then once I got everything figured out, then I just have to get it repeated across the rest of the washi tape and get everything spaced the way that's going to work to do a repeat. Then I'm going up to the skinny washi here, and I decided I would use the floral elements for the skinny washi to balance out the other ones. So again, kind of playing around here with what I want to use and then getting things to repeat across the design. The one mistake that I made here, you're going to see, usually I like to do the what's going to print and be foiled for one repeat first and then repeat it across, and I didn't do that here, so that I have to go and copy and paste the foiling. And you're gonna see I played around with this line. I didn't really like that, so I'm gonna open a different washi tape design and get some of the foiled elements out of that and pull them in. And again, I was playing around with what color I wanted for the background. So I'm opening this other washi and grabbing these little dots and filling those dots in. Again, I kept trying to bring that leaf in somewhere, but it just didn't work out. So pulling in these dots, and then again, I have to copy and paste them across the different repeats. And it doesn't take that long to do, but it's a little bit of a rookie mistake that I should have put those in at the beginning so that I could have just repeated them across the washi tape. So so and one thing too that's sort of on the technical end, when I submit the files, I have these 3 layers, one that has the print, one that has the guides, and one that has the cut file. And now here you can see the finished washi tape design. So here's the pumpkin truck one and all rolled out, and then also on the roll. and then the other pumpkins. So again, you can see how the foiling turned out and the washi tape, and there they are. So I hope that you enjoyed seeing this super fast run through of my washi tape design process.